What's up, beautiful people? It's your girls, Leanne. We're getting blissed out here with Shedding into Soul Culture podcast number 9. I have a beautiful friend of mine, um, Mandeep Kumar.
Yes,
Welcome. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Good. So, friends and audience, we're on this journey with Shedding into Soul Culture, which allows 8 weeks of transformation to work on chakra therapy, sound therapy, rhythm, your business, on getting back into your focus wheels, looking at all the layers of your life through the chakra realm, merging this bridge of our internal body with our reality. And while we're on each level, clearing out, getting to know ourselves on a deeper dive, we also use 8 different wonderful methods from my sannyas lineage, Master Osho. And so, Manny, we met in Metrotown when I was running a kiosk there this winter.
Yes.
And Manny was there and he was excited to meet me. And then we had this discussion about starting some work together. So, Manny, why don't you say how this all started for you?
Um, Namaste to everybody. Har Har Mahadev. I met Leanne in Metro Town randomly, and we discussed about yoga. We discussed about our journeys, and she told me how she can help me with this 8 week method. And since I have done that 8 weeks with her, I my life completely flipped upside down. I actually know how to control what I feel, and how to make decisions, more importantly, when I was really struggling in my life. Um the methods that I did with my teacher really helped me cleared out, or in other words, I can say it really detoxified me, and it really grounded me and made me take my decisions from the starting, from the class one.
So let's talk about root chakra 1 and your exposure to like just even getting into a sound therapy, color therapy, posture therapy, and then even Osho dynamics. So let's talk about what did you experience there and anything can you remember?
For sure. First, our first class was root chakra, where we focused our root chakra with different asanas. First, we did our practice on our root chakra, we activated it, and then we did meditation with the dynamic, which was actually life changing for me. Whoever's listening to me, I would say if you do dynamic once, it will change your life once. If you do it 100 times, it will change your life 100 times. It is
Mm.
that impactful. Um, I sorry. I did dynamic for next like whole week. I felt like Shiva inside me. I felt like the Trishul behind you is inside me. Everything aligned up all the way. I felt so strong, and I felt really emptied, and I was more clear. My vision was more clear, and I could take my decisions a lot more better. And the power that dynamic gave me, it really helped me in so many aspects of my life.
Mm. Yeah, me
Yes.
too. Like 2001, sorry, so it was 2011 after Osho found me through spirit and through an energetic experience I had. The reason why I've accumulated these practices is because yoga started for me at age 15, and
Yeah.
yoga helped me to lose 8 different sizes as a teenager. And with cardio and with schooling, I can say, the discipline alone of what yoga will do for us until you're in it, you'll start to see it actually really works. And
Yeah.
then you feel effortless because you feel like you're loving the flow of it, right?
Yes.
And then, 2011, when I did dynamic for the first time, you're exactly right. It was one time jumping into that method really well taught and well rooted. And that's why I really go deep when I teach it. And I
Yes.
also add in the safety of breathing techniques from my yoga lineage. I bring in the sound therapy and I bring in the color therapy. I bring in where it is in the body, the nadis, our koshas. There's a lot of
Yeah.
yoga that actually allow that dynamic now for Manny after, it's been over 15, 20 years now with Osho for me.
Yeah.
And how that really helped me to find my mind and how it helped me to clear my mind and how to feel really safe in my skin. So yeah, so I feel I totally relate to you in how how much that had an impact, not only on my life and why I teach it to people, because I really want to support people with tools that can change their life.
Yeah. And I also want to tell about dynamic. When I did it, the next 4 days, I felt like something is getting pumped into my body from inside, like a great life force that I've never experienced before. And even when I'm sitting in a neutral form, I'm sitting doing nothing. I felt like my soul inside me is laughing out loud. It's laughing out loud, uh, like arms like this, and like I felt like I'm on a mountain.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yes. Yes, yeah, it was great.
yeah, but you know what's so interesting? So I'm watching a documentary last night. I'll send you the link
Yeah.
to the documentary, and everybody, it's on my Facebook. This
Hmm.
documentary is called The Inside and the Outside Worlds. And what's really, really important is, the the hara. So when we
Yes.
were in the cleansing aspects of the 5 rounds of the dynamic, we were clearing out all the breath, the pranayama, the kosha bodies that we talked about, the kosha bodies. Then we worked on the catharsis and we really pulled out anything that was holding us back, relationship wise, parent wise, school, community, negative energy that we could be storing that we're not aware of all the time. And then we landed into the mantra who. And in
Yes.
that documentary I was watching yesterday, as much as I've worked on my hara energy, other than all the chakras, that hara from the Tao, the Tao, from all of these aspects of the Buddha, the Bodhisattva wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
it goes in from that Japanese wisdom. It goes into that death center and it brings all your energy back to yourself. But that when it's hammered, we hammer it with whoo, whoo, whoo. We
Yeah.
hammered it in so well. We brought it right back to your body that the explosion of your true being in that chi, in that pran, in that centering of your body, you got your energy back. And so
Mm.
that's why these masters that have been passing it down for centuries, everybody tweaks it a little bit according to time and circumstance. And
Yes.
that's what I love about all teachers like myself, how I will present even yoga and how many people will present their experiences based on truth. And like how Manny is even now you're so interested in even teaching yourself. So once we get the gift, we can't be, selfish with it. We were like,
No.
I actually have something I can pass on to change somebody's life.
Yes. I feel like um when I explain this to somebody, it does not do the justice. I want people, my near and dear ones, whoever I can see, I want them to feel what I felt because I never knew that this is inside my body. Now I know what a divine force is inside my body and how can I master. Like whenever I feel low, whenever I feel down, I know how can I get back to my best being and how can I make my body feel the best of all time. And
Mm.
it's really magical for me. I did not know that I can control my body that well, but thankful to my teacher, Leanne, who taught me these methods with such a dedication. And even though when I couldn't adjust my timetable, she really did it for me. She really was flexible with times, and I am so thankful to you to get this done, to teach me all these methods.
It's been such a beautiful journey. I mean, it's multiplying right now. And what I love about it, it's also helped me to grow another course with Tantra and how the weaving of these gentle life force energies that we have in our bliss state and our ecstasy of the next chakra we'll talk about it was our sacral chakra. So in that one, we worked with a different sound, right?
Yeah.
And the different methods of humming.
Hmm.
And maybe you can shed a little bit of memory, like once you were humming for so long and then you became the observer, how did that feel in that moment?
Um, with the sacral chakra, when we started humming in our meditation, at one point, I was feeling that the whole thing of me being is I wasn't there. It was the whole voice I was dissolving in, and when we were humming, I could feel that the vocal that going down in the chakra and really feeling the activation. And after I was done with my sacral chakra method, that after 2 3 days it kept I could feel it. I could feel it surrounding in my body, like it was really activated. and I could feel my energy there, and I really love that.
And breaking the 8 weeks down, it's like we got to take a time to tap into, even though every day they're always there, tapping into
Yeah.
one and like having that connection, and then observing and like, wow, we live in this miraculous body that not
Yes.
only we're trying to make look good on the outside, whether we're putting makeup on or dress or clothing or
Yeah.
working on our body and changing our body, but we have this miraculous energy body. We have
Yes. Inside.
72,000 nadis with major nadis that just merge, and they help us to in open this energy
Hmm.
field within us to create, to think, to act, and to find solutions.
Yes. Yes. For sure.
Maybe
For
talk a
sure.
little bit about that too. Talk about like we talked about the focus wheel in the first week, but how did you progressively throughout the weeks, noticing each method that we did, how did it help you with your ideal dream goal with your business idea?
Um, I think it really affected my decision making,
Mhm.
and it really made me believe in what I think, and it really made me take decisions that what I think that I should do, and those activation of chakras told me that the feeling that I have is real, as every individual is unique, and every individual is unique, and ideas that I have, that I need to implement that in my life with the force of the force of the activation of my chakras. It really helped me. I really appreciate how the course has been designed, and it does help you, basically, from your root. It starts from your root, and it helps until your crown chakra opens up.
And then, the beauty of learning how postures through every chakra as we moved into the solar plex. And we worked
Yeah.
on, different sounds because we had lam, bam, ram. And
Yes.
then in those experiences, we were able also to feel the seed sound of
Hmm.
connecting in and like hearing vibration and tonalities. And we talked about essential oils. So when we were using oils when you got sick,
Yeah.
immediately how it cleared the environment of where you weren't feeling good. And quickly it shifted everything.
It did. It
Yeah.
did. All my I was suffering from a sickness in the middle when I told you that I'm not able to make the class, but you told me that we need to do the work. And when I had those oils on my hand, or the smell, and we were working on the chakra, it, like, in 10 minutes, when we were while doing our practice, it really changed my state. Like, I was so shocked that how it can work that fast. And then I knew that if I'm feeling down, I need to go do the work. I need to go show up, and that's what I do every day for myself. It is great. I think every individual needs to build that muscle to handle themselves and be dependable on themselves, not on anybody else. And it I think it really helps in personal growth.
Well, here's the thing. The reason why it's there is what was, the discipline of yoga designed for originally? It was to overcome the mind. So the positive and negative ions of our red and white blood cells, if they're
Hmm.
at war, when we're developing what we did in stage 2, the inner witness, when we develop the inner witness, we're not just witnessing one aspect throughout the day. It's a 24-hour meditation. So as
Hmm.
we develop that muscle, say when we start to feel body temperature shift and the mind starts telling us, oh, we're feeling a cold coming on,
Yes.
immediately the best thing is to think about where that energy is blocked and to take care of it. And then
Mm.
there comes the mastery again. So it's
Yeah.
so interesting for years doing yoga for me and why I love teaching people it, or also with this great work of Master Osho's from my sannyas lineage and the Tantra experience that we had later on in the 8 weeks. We did have the eye gazing and some of the intimacy of seeing the soul culture, seeing the souls reflect, is knowing that we are this soul observing this body and its fluctuations, but remembering with the ancient teachings that it's all happening for good. So
Yes.
rest in it. When the body could be too stressed and it gets sick, it's a natural inclination that we're not supposed to push it in unless we feel the momentum to be in rhythm of when it's decreasing energy, we tap in, we know, do we have a master tool to shift it,
Hmm. That's
right?
the best. Yeah.
And this is what we're playing with is as you're just learning, okay, sound therapy, color therapy, pose therapy, breathing therapy. The other one, with our poses, you know, like just opening up the body, like say you're feeling sad, and then that opening of the body immediately shift to state, putting a hand on the
Yeah,
heart. It's a very simple thing, but recognizing the energetic body.
100%. Yes. Yeah.
So did you notice
It's so
that too, when
powerful.
we were breathing and we were holding the body at times? Did you see how naturally, even the five fingers we talked about, the elements of nature, and when we hold them in mudras, how that's going to affect us? You know, how did that make you feel when you're connecting to yourself? I mean, even when you're holding yourself.
It is just so powerful that I did not know that it's that simple, but believing that those methods are there inside you, not outside anywhere or with somebody, is just amazing feeling. Whenever we did work on chakras, whenever I finished my class and went out, I felt like I'm floating, like I'm not even walking. I felt so light, my energy chakras were so aligned. I could feel something going, the energy going up. I could feel it like I have never felt it before. It really helped me in a lot of aspects of my life. And I was really struggling with my decision making, but after doing these 8 weeks of method, I know that how I can make decisions and how to believe myself. And all doing all these asanas and all these poses, putting my hands on my body, it does really change the momentum of how you're feeling and the body temperatures. It just shifts it. And it's just so quicker than any medication. I think this is the best medication that we have inside ourselves. It's the love from God, and it's just
Mm.
magical.
I like how you use that because years ago, the best thing I heard was when you need medication, do meditation.
Wow. Wow.
Isn't
Seems
that
like
beautiful?
seems like it's supposed to be like that. Like nobody made it. It's just when you need medication, do meditation. It just sounds so natural.
And you know what, this is the thing, is like when I think about coming into our power center and we were using the chakra breathing, you know, remember the waterfall, like, so breathing.
Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah.
like the vulnerability with breathing with somebody else in a room, it's
Hmm.
also like you're exposing yourself to like other parts of yourself, and you're getting so vulnerable, but then you're having this amazing experience inside yourself. So like,
Yes.
who are we really? You know, what are we? Like, are we really need to see those egos and like really be at war with this world? No, we are miraculous.
Yes. Yes. For sure.
And like you can think about even when you experience it more and you're like how good you feel, you're so excited that you're like, man, you gotta dive deeply into yourself and appreciate this vehicle.
Yes, it's just magical. One more thing I want to explain here is when we work out, when we go work out, we target different muscles like biceps, legs. We know the outer body, how to target. Now I know how to target my inner body. This is just unbelievable. I did not know that it works like this, but now I know whenever I'm feeling down, what do I need to target? How do I need to do the asanas? What meditation do I need? And how to get in the moment? That's what I love about it. I think I have learned to work out my soul.
Aw, and that's shedding into soul culture. So when we,
Yes.
we were moving from the chakra breathing, we went into the nataraj. So we were just dancing in a place, and then it was an inward dance, right? So just like totally letting go and just allowing yourself to find that rhythm without words. How did that feel?
It's just the dancing thing is just a great method because whenever I danced, it was in some pattern or it was in some steps taught by somebody in some sequence. But the meditation that we did, it was no pattern. It was just letting it out, however your body wanna move and however you're feeling from inside. Your body makes those moves, whatever is needed to let it out. Like I did the dance meditation by myself as well and with my sister. She loved it, and the way we feel after it, it's like it was so much needed to let it out, to move in the way that when there is no pattern and you are not taught in any way. Just moving unpatternally and no math, like with no sequence, it's just so divine, so divine.
And you know what's beautiful is that the practice is already multiplying itself. And the
Mhm.
excitement that I see even other people that I find that I'm teaching is like right away they want to share it with people they love.
Yes,
I was teaching my sister on Sunday too, and right away her friend came over. She's like, if I would have known this before, I would have been doing this so long ago, right? Like,
exactly.
but I'm so grateful to the masters because good things should multiply.
Yes.
Good things
Um,
should multiply.
this awareness should spread in the world. So many people know about working out. I say workout is really good for your body for sure. It's not bad, but people should be aware about how to work out their soul, how to target their chakras, how to align them. It's very important in this world. So many people need it. They are making decisions based on whatever they are feeling and not working on their soul. I think so many people need it, and the thing you are doing is really compassionate. I really love it, and I also have so much compassion inside me to teach people around me, or teach my loved and dear ones.
You know, can we just, while we're in the heart chakra, we were talking about it. We did the breath of joy also,
Yes.
and the movement of the breath of joy. But why don't we also shed on maybe somewhere where you felt like you've been recently in a dark place that this helped to shift? Maybe talk lightly about that.
um so in this heart chakra, in the heart chakra meditation, before I started these methods, I was having some kind of addictions, you can say gambling, or there were some another addictions that I had to overcome, and I was really stuck in those old patterns. After doing these methods, opening up my body, opening up my chakras, it really helped me getting out of those old patterns that I was repeating again and again. It changed me. It really did. What I was doing 2 months ago and what am I doing right now is totally different. It's amazing, the feeling how it can actually get you out of your old cycle and old patterns and addictions that you have. It just refreshes and rejuvenates you.
Mm. So would you say that there was any changes to your diet or like what were the major changes that you saw?
Yes, there were, I would say, three changes. The way I eat, the way I sleep, and the way I talk. So it changed my eating habits. Like, I used to eat in the early in the morning, but since I started doing this sequentially, it did not let me, like, my body would tell me when to eat, so I did not overeat at all. My body just, it's called self-realization. I think it's just my body parts or my inside is telling me what to eat and when to eat. It did change. I was non-vegetarian before, but now, not in these 2 months, but I I'm gradually shifting to vegetarian. It really changed my eating habits, and then my sleep quality really changed. Like, I sleep for very less time, but it's so satisfying that I feel so fresh the whole day when I'm doing my chores or whatever I'm doing. It's just really good, and it really changed the way I talk. I think I would say in short words that I became a listener.
To the inner guidance and to the divine.
Yes, I feel like the third person. I am listening to whoever's talking outside, and I'm also listening to two persons talking inside. I think I'm the third one,
Mm,
witnessing it.
beautiful. So the art
Yes.
of witnessing it worked.
Yes, it did. It did. It's amazing.
Yes, and that's the main key out of the five koshas, you know, that witnessing body to lead us
Hmm.
to bliss,
Yeah.
right? So we'll go talking a little bit about the throat chakra, and then we did the dance, the no dimensions, where we're like, shoo, shoo,
Yes. Oh,
shoo,
yeah, I love that.
shoo. So that's a Sufi meditation also. Other than doing our ujjayi breath, we were breathing here and
Hmm.
opening up that throat chakra for our truth and for our awareness. And then the 1% rule was like making sure that you just do the 1% every day towards your dream goal, right? And the
Hmm.
continual awareness as you're
Yes.
passing through. So maybe you can talk about the no dimensions because it's one of my favorites too, but I just love how it works with the throat chakra because you bring the hands up and then you push out. And like the yoga and the no dimensions I thought were so good together.
Yes, and when we did the shoe meditation in four directions, I felt like whatever negative energy or negative thoughts or whatever toxins we have in our body, I actually felt like I'm throwing them out in all the directions.
Mm,
And I just became the dance when I was doing that. I totally forgot myself. It really emptied me. I loved that. I did that with my sister as well. She was remain in shock after when we did it.
aw,
Yes, after the next 2 hours, she was just sitting silently, and tears were coming out of her eyes, and she was not feeling happy, neither sad. But I think it's just the divine power. Also, after doing the shoe meditation, I felt like whatever is negative coming at me, it created the aura around me. It comes, it hit me, and it goes back. So
oh,
it's like,
good. Protection.
yes, yes, it's like protection.
Oh, good. Yeah, in all those directions.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, like dance and movement is such a beautiful way to express. And the thing I like about the interplay of all the weeks, not only the yoga is there, but all these movements makes us multidimensional.
yes,
So when we
yes,
face, this time and age as this is a very different time than say 5,000 years ago when yoga was created, right?
it
To
is.
know that interplay and actually how it gives value to when you hold the yoga now. So that's why I
Yes,
really like them together. And that's why I teach them together in this course is like there'll be a time for yoga on its own, but
yeah.
when it's together and then it merges all the colors and it merges with these techniques, there's more
Hmm.
rapid expression of yoga that happens.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, for sure. All the negative things that were coming to me before, it really impacted me. I would really get involved with whatever any would say or anyone would do to me. But now it's the same from the outside world. But what has changed is it's inside me. Anyone throwing anything negative towards me, it just feels like it doesn't affect me anymore. That's what I meant when I said those negative things are coming at me, hitting me, and going back. It's not putting any effect or any impact on me. I feel that these methods have created a shield around me, a protection shield, which is which is there by the god of love, Shiva.
The grace of the divine, yes. And the multi
Yes,
dimensions of all masters that have created the yoga or created these methods like Master Osho did. And my honor to all the lineages that are doing the work to help us, right?
yes, sure.
And then we did our bumblebee pranayama. So taking away sound, connecting in. It's such a beautiful breath work, right? And like just looking at the cosmos within us and having that awareness, like, wow, like what are we really looking at judging? And then moving into eye gazing and then like eye gazing into a candle, looking at the
Yes.
candle for some time and like just seeing that light and that light within us that we saw the light within our third eye.
Yes, that was one of my favorite as well.
Mm,
Um, we did that eye gazing. It was my first time doing that with the candle. We looked at it, I think, for 15-20 minutes, and then when we close our eyes, you tell me to look at my third eye. I could see the light here, and when I closed my eyes, you told me to look at my third eye, and as soon as I saw it, my body had kept having goosebumps. It
mm.
was the amazing experience that I had, and also the bumblebee pranayama that we did. The vibration that I could feel here, it was such a divine feeling, and I could see how my third eye is getting activated, and as I told you, I really love the tikka that you gave me,
The
the yellow one,
sandalwood. Yes.
sandalwood.
It's
Yes,
just honoring the external. Like in the morning when we put it on, it's like be
yeah,
aware, like we are a bigger deal. And like, working in the work world, we have so much that goes into our external beauty. And, I've been a part of the hairdressing community, even I've been in beauty industry, fashion, so many things in my life. And there's a lot that comes of body dysmorphia. Like there's a lot of self-judgment, there's a lot of dislike. And really the balance is to master, but to be in love with the process of any changes that we want to make to our body, but to honor this as a sacred temple of magnificence.
mm-hmm.
And this fight within, this is the fight
Yeah,
within we have at times is like, are we going to be at war with it? Or are we going to love a journey with it and continue to master?
Yes, yes, for sure.
Yeah, and then we go into our seven chakra and our golden one. We can talk about those and you know the different breathing techniques that we've used, the own breathing technique, using the sound, and then the flow, and then
Hmm.
the laughing meditation. I remember like how much you were laughing, like you couldn't stop laughing.
Yes, yes, that was so much fun with you. We have to act it a little bit to start up, but then it just goes with the flow. I couldn't stop laughing. I didn't know that it can come out that naturally, when you can start up a little bit and then it goes for like I think we did it for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, so
And
but the contagiousness of it, like it was so funny later on in the day, and every time I do these methods, it's like, I try not to over invoke anything, but I know when I have like, say like I have a family that passed away,
yeah.
there's been so much about grievance, but we
Mm,
forget to celebrate also in
yes,
grievance.
yes,
We are aware that everything is about this life cycle of death and life. But what's the closest thing to death is your eternal life,
yes,
right? So something I learned from Master Osho was like embracing the energy when somebody dies around you. And if we are able to observe in meditation the higher aspects of ourselves, we can catch a glimpse of their ascension, of their
mm-hmm,
soul. We can feel them at that time even more, higher and higher and higher and higher into the planes of existence and the divine expansion of their soul. And
yes,
that really changed my life and why I like the laughter method. I also thought, I'd like to put the Mahamudra method here too. So I'm trying to shift that area of the chakra because the Mahamudra would be just bringing the light up more. But, I was playing around with those two techniques to really see what fits that crown chakra the best. And I still feel like any method, when we're moving energy up and we're increasing our joy, that we find more happiness.
yes, yes. Love that.
And our last one that we had with the golden meditation, where we were inhaling the gold coming down, and then we were exhaling the darker earth energy of Mother all through our body. So it's like the gold and the dark were merging, and like yin and yang, the gold and the dark were merging. That was so beautiful.
In our eighth class, I think, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, yes, I love that because in the eighth class, in our asanas we focused on all the chakras from root chakra to crown chakra. We
Mm,
did asanas and we did, I think, a lot of sun salutations,
yes.
and then it really opened up my it really opened up. It's like the trishul behind you. It's like I feel like trishul comes from here singular and then it opens up. It's like the body inside our body is a trishul. It's open up the crown
Mm,
chakra. It's just so
mm.
beautiful. It's just so beautiful.
That's a really great way of saying that. So
Yeah,
when we do art meditation next time, I'll invite you over. But I just want to appreciate you. And the merging in the 8 weeks was merging the rainbow bridge, which I call in our soul star chakra. Even though we're up in this area and the golden energy is there, when we're merging all those asanas, then we merge into the gold, right? And
mm,
that's the beauty of teaching the asanas and separating them and then having a chance to really see the value of yoga and what the lineages have been doing with breath, with kriyas, with sequences, with nidras, with lying down meditations and scanning the body and healing the body. We are our own healer. We just got to recognize what method works for us best. So out of
for sure.
all of them, before we go, why don't you tell me if you had to choose one out of all the 8 weeks, what would be your favorite?
From all the weeks, my favorite that I like to do is dynamic.
Good,
It's
cool.
activating my root chakra, and it really makes me feel like my inside and my outside is, I don't know if I have better words to explain it, by my body from inside and outside feels like steel. I never felt it before. And after we do dynamic, my body keeps pumping the life force inside me. Like I can feel it. Like doesn't matter where I am, doesn't matter what I'm doing, the prana energy that I can feel, it's unexplainable. I want everybody to feel that.
Well, I'm sure the masters are grateful that we're doing something with their tools. I'm really lucky and thankful that I had an opportunity to serve you with this 8 weeks, because I wasn't thinking it was going to be all of this and building this amazing friendship. There's more to come,
Yes.
audience. I mean, me and Mandeep are going to work together on helping to build more of my legacy with yoga and also helping his career with yoga. And all my
Yes.
friends that are doing this course, I highly recommend reaching out when you can. And if you want to tap into an energy field that I'm going to be creating next, let me know. And anything else that you want to say, Mandeep, that you suggest to the audience?
Um, I want to say at last that it is a really divine experience. Um, Everybody should know. I think this is our basic need, that how to target our chakras inside and how to work on them, and how whenever you're feeling down and low, or how you or not making decisions or not able to make decisions in your life, you really need to master this 8 week methods. I am thankful to our masters Osho and
Shiva.
other Shiva and whoever designed these methods to empty us and to be in our best being. I am really thankful, and at last, I'm really thankful to Leanne, who brought these things to me, and we worked this all together. And I'm so happy that I completed this 8 week course, and I cannot wait to learn more with you.
Okay, my friend. Well, I'll see you at my birthday on the weekend.
For
And
sure.
friends, please reach out and continue loving yourself the best that you can and using these tools to transform your life. See you soon, Manny.
Thank you so much.
Namaste.